Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. So we continue on this talk about the great divide on YouTube between Pearly, her Sambo raccoons, and all of the sheeple and all the rest of us. And it's clearly evident who the rest of us are. So what I'm noticing about this, and I'm seeing some positives in this and some negatives, is that there unity is possible amongst us black. But the way we have to approach it is anybody that's lap dancing white people and in those civic groups where they can't go against white people. Y'all know them groups. The B, 5-letter B group, start with B, end with E. They not going. See, here's how it is. That 5-letter group that starts with B and ends with E, they're gonna make it seem like that they the leaders and that they out in the front, so on and so speak. But they really have an allegiance to white people and them peoples in general. So they always gonna come up short in their leadership. And they always gonna send people to undermine pretty much anything we got going. And they're just everyday raccoons. That's just sniffing for money. Like anybody that's only out about for money is not fit to be a leader or even consider a leader in the black community. Because is that any different from just Pearly? I mean, she came in here. Man, it is flooding over here. Look at this, y'all. It's flooding over here. She came in, regurgitated all the red pill talking points and made the red pill look incompetent. She did that. Her, Sneeko, a couple other people made the red pill look incompetent. And don't think Sneeko definitely ain't with blacks. If you listen to him carefully, you'll know that. So, don't know. It's just a big N-O would do. But she came in, she had a consultation with Kevin Samuels. She probably watched a lot of the content, and then she act like she knew what she was talking about. And a lot of y'all, because she was white, and because some of y'all is thirsty, why y'all thirsty for her, you know, to each his own. But and she got a leeway on people, and she probably had an inside track. Like they probably know somebody in YouTube, or somebody in YouTube was just, for whatever their reason was, just pushing her through the algorithm. But she comes in the black manosphere, because that's the main manosphere. Like we got white guys in the regular manosphere, but it was mostly black men making the talking points in the manosphere. And she came in and passed all of them up, because y'all was super chatting her, y'all was hitting the like button, y'all was subscribing, but y'all wasn't doing that for like the black manosphere guys that was in a tens of thousands, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. Y'all wasn't doing that for them. Now y'all let women in general come in, and you know, a lot of them were pick me in. They were like kind of regurgitating talking point. And that's what led me to say, hey, they in the sphere, but they not in the manosphere. They're not in the black manosphere. They just in the black sphere. Because a lot of women, they've been leading the attack on that raccooning that they've been doing towards just Pearly things, sniffing for garbage. You know, it was women that was also instrumental in that boot we gave her. She's out of there. You're not, listen, you're not in there. You can forget it. You can forget it. Like, we don't, see, here's the thing. I'm not racist towards white people, and I don't hate white people, but they don't have to lead me, though. I don't need them to lead me. You know what I mean? Like, if there's black people that can lead in some leadership positions, then they should. Like, it shouldn't always be one group. That's just a fact. Like, I mean, I can see some stuff, but it shouldn't always be them. There's something wrong with that picture. So, you're out of there. We got her out of there. And then you got guys like Obsidian and Anton Daniels just trying to put her back in there. Man, first of all, Anton, he just had a bad reputation the whole time as being a fake it till you make it guy. You know? And I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But when I started noticing, like even before this thing blew up with Pearly, the Anton goes hard at blacks, but I ain't think nothing of it because sometimes we need to go hard at each other. Until I saw him taking up for Pearly, which he's still doing, and talking about we shouldn't get no reparation. Everybody that believe in reparations should pull all their support back from dude for saying that. You say, well, you cancel culture. No, I'm not. That's common sense. Like, why would you support somebody that don't agree with that? That's a big issue. Like a lot of our ancestors were here farming and living life, and they made them slaves. And then some of our ancestors were brought from overseas. So why would you take a dude that be making pyramids with his hands and that would say such things as that? And then he adds to it, somebody challenged him on his views, and yeah, the person had a choice way of saying it, but then you gonna tell them that they was an accident, they shouldn't even been born? A lot of people looking at you like that. I don't say people shouldn't have been born. Like, I don't do that kind of stuff, but this dude is, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was in the Christian church since 1997. Super Bowl Sunday when the Packers beat the Patriots. That Sunday morning, I went forward to get saved. And it was a rocky road. It was the same thing in Christianity. Like, it was a divide in Christianity. It's like you had people that were hanging on every beck and word of the mega church pastors. And boy, don't say nothing about them. But the whole time, me being a prophet, of course I'm going to say something about them. And it was creating problems. It was creating division. And, you know, one thing led to another, dreams and visions from the Most High. The Most High showed me the truth about a lot of the mainstream preachers. And I couldn't do nothing with it but move on. And then in my particular church where I was ordained, the pastor basically got mad because a lot of people, we were doing Sunday school. And a lot of people would come see us and then they would leave. And he was getting mad over that. Hey, I wasn't telling them to do that. And then we challenged him on one of his views, which was blatantly false. And the rest was history. I never joined another church because I had problems out of all three of them churches that I was a member at. So I never joined another church. And I was noticing, even to this day, like it's a chick on there just claiming to be a Christian. I can't judge her soul, but she's siding with Pearly. This is the type of stuff that opened my eyes to Christianity. Even going back to the Pope Nicholas V could have stopped slavery, and he said, "No, let it continue." So it's a lot of things. Nick Fuentes is claiming to be a Christian. People say, "Well, I'm Catholic." Catholics are considered Christians. The Romans were the ones that introduced the grace teaching. Paul said he was a Roman. So it's a lot of stuff. I'm like, no. Men get emasculated in your typical average Protestant church. Men get emasculated because they're led to believe that they ain't supposed to dominate over their women when the Bible teaches. It's a lot of stuff. Whole lot of stuff. And I said, you know what, man? I prayed. The Most High gave me, like, I changed the name of the church, and I just moved on. It wasn't nothing against them. I know some Christians that say it's Christians in heaven right now based on their life, how they live their life, and the sincerity of their hearts, not what they believe. But it's a great divide on YouTube where we were supposed to, as blacks, all of us, tell her, you not finna be in here making money and call yourself being the queen of the manosphere, and then you turn around and laugh at slavery. You say it was overblown. You say we shouldn't get reparations and all type of other stuff. Like, her credibility was supposed to be lost before she even said that. She's only 26 years old. Had no proof. You notice how she never talked about her own relationships. And then, on top of that, she tried to get the dude channel deleted. Her or somebody like Ringo reported that it was somebody in her group. And let me tell you something about Ringo, man. Ringo be thinking that ain't nobody with him. And actually, I've been with him the whole time. Even going back to, that's the reason why I started my channel. And many times I used to comment and, you know, on his videos and stuff. And a couple times he responded, but most of the time he didn't. You know, and I never held it against him other than one particular time. I said, you know what, man? He don't want to deal with nobody. He say he rose solo, so, you know. But I still give him his props, especially on this. Especially on this stuff. And if you watch this, Ringo, just keep making videos, man. You need it. We got to keep the heat up on this chick. Like, they got to realize that we people too. And we don't have to always, if we people and they people, why would we always need them to lead? That's that slavery stuff. Slavery ended. Need them. Just like, you remember they used to say, you just like little children, can't do nothing on their own. That's a lie. That is a lie. And so they've been, for the last 50 years, they've been doing little subtle stuff to undermine us. And we can't focus on racism and how white people feel about us. We just got to learn how to unite, and we got to support each other in business. Simple as that. Like, the answer ain't hate. The answer is for those of us. Now, we ain't gonna get the thugs that's out there killing each other, brainwashed by the music and the other things in the culture to bring destruction. That's the reason why they not lynching us or trying to lynch us, is because they have created a calculated plan to get people to do that to themselves. Oh, shoot. Man, look at this. I wish I could have pulled out of it. Man, dude. I'm gonna get off. But some people trying to take the approach, oh yeah, y'all let that white girl do that. Listen, you don't realize the magnitude of this. Y'all don't realize this. So just like that Rasheem Carter, what they did to him, that deserved, y'all not paying attention to that, but y'all was worried about George Floyd, which that was bad too and needed to be addressed. But people just went all the way with that. And the whole time, the leaders of the BLM was female versions of Anton Daniels the whole time. So we can't get duped like that no more. So that thing with Rasheem Carter need to be addressed. Like, people ain't talking about that enough. He wasn't trying to smoke no dope and just wasn't thinking right. He was trying to work, and look what they did to him. Me personally, the way his remains were, I believe they put him in like a trash compactor or something. And I believe they sliced his head with an axe. It was just brutal act. We can't let people do that. We can't let just pearly things come in here with that, and we can't let them get away with that. We need news people talking. We need people talking about this. But the divide is real. The divide is real. I learned long ago, don't go by how a person dress. Don't go by what they got. Go by what they say and do. I learned that a long time ago. Like, even when I was going in them churches, like, these pastors was big time. They was way bigger than they are now. And I was coming in contact with them. I was going to their little conferences, stuff like that. So I learned long ago, don't go by what a person has or how they present themselves as being successful or any of that. Go by what they say and what they do. Simple as that. And I knew that a long time ago. But obviously a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of the viewers don't know that. They still riding with Obsidian, still riding with Donovan Sharp, still riding with all these guys that turned their back on the truth and turned their back. Now, I don't know, like I say, I don't know if they in the secret societies or why they did that. But when I get a chance, I'm certainly gonna ask. So, the divide is real, y'all. But we learning something from this. We learning from this. Like, I'm not gonna throw out there everything I know and everything. The plan, the game plan. Because I know that the enemies to the black race are always watching. I know it. They think that we supposed to fund their lifestyle, but they don't fund ours. See? And that's just proof. You know how the other races don't support our businesses? Why are we supporting theirs? Like, when we need to open businesses in every category, and then support them. And don't put all your businesses in the hood we're with these guys that just gonna try to steal their car and rob them when they come out. See, they with them too. If you terrorizing the black community, you working with white supremacy. Simple as that. Simple as that. You working with them. You the ops. Like if you destroying, if you think that's the only way you can make money, man, open businesses. The way you need to make money, you don't want to work these jobs. Open businesses. Be respectful. Have good prices. Be clean. Everything, the stuff that people expect. You know? Don't be what people don't like, because you already know people gonna have you under a microscope if you black. But we gotta learn how to support each other, man. Like, I'm gonna start back super chatting. People. But anybody that's being silent about Pearlie, I'm not super chatting them nothing. Because I know what they doing. They waiting till the smoke clear, and then they gonna be doing interviews and collabs with her. You're a traitor. You gotta do it. I ain't with that black song. Okay, then get out of the manosphere and go put your message to white people. Go do conferences and seminars and say white people only. And let's see how good you do. Since you say you not, well, I ain't with that, this, that, and the other. You don't gotta be with the whole entire sphere of black influence and what black people is trying to do. But if you just try to turn your back, you know what a lot of guys are doing? They like this. They got their back turned, but they got their hand out for money. That's the attitude a lot of these content creators are taking. Trying to be quiet about it. You know, I talk about the negative stuff black people do too. But you think I want them to do it? You think I wouldn't unite with them if they would stop doing it? Listen, the stereotype, the brainwashing is that black people that think like this is racist. It's not. That don't make you racist. White guys, like, I got a lot of white subscribers, and I guarantee you my subscribers know what this is. This ain't me against the white race. This is me against the racist white race. Me against the dumb white race that think that I'm supposed to be inferior to them. The other ones, no problem with them. We could work together. I consider you brother, stuff like that. We could work together. Because it's white dudes in this space that just think just like us. They knew that Pearlie was a scam, basically. They knew it. So this not us against them. Don't try to make it that. I know some people want to make it us against them. What it really is us needing to do our thing. It's not us against them. Because when it's all said and done, they're going to face the same New World Order challenges that we going to face. Watch what I'm telling you. If we're alive, when this whole thing jump off, they're going to face the same thing that we face. Because it's really a hidden group that's against us both. So just know, if you're taking up for her, if you're taking up for Obsidian, any of her little sidekicks, little insecure dudes, this just getting pimped because they gotta have this money. They don't know how to make money on their own. We're gonna keep coming for y'all. And it's a whole lot of us, way more of us than y'all. Y'all gonna keep getting roasted. Y'all gonna keep getting made a fool out of. And by the way, in closing, people who act like they debating, but they talking over you, that's an ignorant person that don't even believe their own talking point. Because if they believe their own talking points, they wouldn't have to be talking the whole time. They don't believe it. When people try to talk over you, when you proving your points, is because they don't believe what they're saying. And they know that they got to keep you from talking to make it seem like they win in a debate. I've been to many debates. I know what I'm talking about. But in a real debate, a professional debate, like debate club, stuff like that, if you continue to talk over the person, that's a forfeit. You lose automatically. But people will talk over you and be like, I got him. No, you didn't. You was talking the whole time. You lost. So it's always going to be that faction of people that want to downplay you or what you saying. That's not a talking point. Insulting people, yeah, I do insult sometimes. But I prove my talking points more than I insult. Like, I call people clowns and stuff like that. They is. Anton Daniels is a clown. He's a clown. He trying to be a shock jock. And he brings shock jocks on his show. A lot of them dudes. Angry Man done said some clown world stuff. And I took him off the Sambo list because I was really carefully studying what he was saying. And it seemed like he like playing both sides. But he can go back on though. And I'm gonna be watching. You can't go harder at black people than you do at white people if they doing the same thing. That makes you a Sambo. That's what Sambo did, y'all. So, y'all keep tuning in. It's still going. I wouldn't be surprised if down the line this stuff make the news. Because it's a great divide. You know, and listen, I told y'all, I warned y'all about these Midwestern people, man. I was born and raised in the Midwest. I know. Outliner, Waukesha, Brookfield, West Allen, this, Elm Grove, Oconomowoc. I know what I'm talking about, man. I know how they think. I know how they do things. And it's not all of them. But it's a whole lot of them. For no reason at all. The minute you enter the room, people act like you finna start something. You finna beg for money. You finna this. All negativity. You can feel the negative energy. And it's been many times. I'm just trying to deliver packages. I'm trying to deliver this. I'm trying to deliver that. That's all I'm doing. But they treat it like you come in there to fight. And like I told you, some of them, that's what they want to do. They walk around, man, listen. I'm going to tell you like this. Every dude in kickboxing class ain't getting me. I ain't bragging. All of y'all not getting me. Are you old though? That don't mean nothing. I hit hard. And I still hit very fast. Listen. When I was 22, when UFC first started, this is a true story right here. I knew a boxer, I can't remember his name, it was so long ago. Me and him used to always talk. I believe he's from my neighborhood because he was always jogging through our neighborhood. He's a professional boxer. Like he was going back and forth between here and Detroit. And me and him had a conversation. We used to always talk. And I said, what do I have to do to go pro as a boxer? And he broke it down to me. like some type of the way they break it down. And he, when he's talking about if you make it to the top, you know who you're gonna have to fight, right? This, that, and the other. I wasn't scared to fight them, but I was like, nah, I don't want to fight Tyson or Riddick Bowe. Not right now. And so I started considering, and I was this close to becoming pro in boxing. Like, you didn't have to go to full amateur ranks. Like he was showing me, you can just go a little bit of the amateur ranks just to practice, and then you could go pro. You can just declare yourself as a pro. And he was telling me how much they make, like on average, like when they first start fighting. And I'm calculating, it seeming like a lot to me. I'm like, so I could fight the weak dudes for like 5 or 10 fights and make that much? But then I said, nah, I don't think I want to go pro. I don't want to keep getting hit in the head and stuff like that. And so I started thinking about UFC. And I'm thinking about, okay, what would my fighting style be? And I'm like, I think my fighting style could work against them. Because I knew that when people lunge in, like I had this target punch that was on point when people lunge in on me. Because I was fighting like crazy, y'all. So I consider UFC. I just never followed through with it. It was, in fact, the first pay-per-view, Ken Shamrock against Dan Severn. I ordered that. That's the night I knocked the 2 dudes out with one punch because they hit heads. When I hit the dude on the passenger side, I don't know if he was trying to move out the way, but him and the other dude hit heads, and they both. And so that happened the same night that I ordered the pay-per-view, Ken Shamrock versus Dan Severn. I had that first one. And after that, I just never thought too much of it again. I just left it alone. But the long story short, all of y'all ain't getting me. I shadow box every day. Angling my, you gotta learn how to, like when you punch, you gotta know how to angle punches based on a person's stance and other factors. Like, and I still can't angle them punches. And what I do is I try to get off a certain amount of punches, and then I want to see how tired I be. Hey, man. Anyway. But it's a great divide going on in the United States itself, in YouTube, and practically everything. Like, it's just a great divide. People be divided from each other. On the brink of war and divided. All they worry about is locking Trump up. That's dumb. That's dumb. What y'all should be doing, and y'all agents, I know y'all watching me. Y'all been watching me for like the last 20 years. What y'all should be doing is giving black people reparations. And that will fuel your economy. Yeah, white people will be jealous, but it'll fuel the economy. Because how all these other countries are turning against us economically, we got to do something within ourselves to build ourselves up. And that would do it. That would increase production. That would increase a lot of things that would build the United States economy up against what they're doing in the rest of the world. So think about all that I've been saying on here. I got to get going. We'll be back. I'm going to make one more video today. I'm not going too hard today. I went hard yesterday. And we'll be back, though. We got to get back to the other issues that still need to be addressed. because relationships are in shambles too. And I be trying to help women and men. I be trying to help men to show them what their approach and attitude is supposed to be based on the scripture. And I be trying to help women to get rid of all them attitudes that's keeping you from having successful relationships. So stay tuned. We coming back to that. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subject channel. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to my old subscribers. And to you raccoons,